So on Monday night, the Bears played the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the fourth quarter. 3.5 minutes to go. Bears linebacker Cassius Marsh, he gets a nice little sack. You know what I'm saying? It was 3rd and 8 at the time. So it's 3rd and 8. He gets a sack. Major stop, right? So he runs, jogs a little bit, let's say about 5 yards to his right, where there's the Steeler bench. And he stares at him for a minute. Turns around, runs back. The ref backs up into him. And then the ref throws a flag. And the call is taunting. Now,
You forgot
it's a couple things.
You forgot the roundhouse.
Oh, I forgot. My bad. My man did a karate kick. My man was like
stop.
Bruce Lee.
Hold on. I was about to say.
My man was
Taunting
Bruce
or
Lee.
not, taunting or not, that was a nice kick.
That wasn't taunting though. That was a celebration. That wasn't taunting.
Yeah. But he did the roundhouse, then celebrated with his boys instead at the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, my boy did the Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan type, rush hour type jump spin kick. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, he stared after he did that. He's allowed to celebrate. He stared at the Steelers bench and ran back over to the sideline. Before the ref bumped him. Well, anyways, after the ref bumped him, he threw a flag, and the call is taunting. After that taunting call, the Steelers get a field goal. That's 3 points. The Bears end up losing by 2 points. Now, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going. Now, when I say the ref threw the flag after, when he was running back to his bench, he stares at the bench. Cassius Marsh stares at the bench. As he turns around, he runs. The ref is looking at him, and then as he's running, the ref kind of throws his booty, hip checks him a little bit. The ref definitely steps into Marsh, 100%. If you will go back and look at the tape right now, he stepped into him. Now, if the rule was on the other foot, okay, let me just go back. Let me just keep telling the story. So after the game, in the press conference, Marsh said, quote, "On my way to the sideline, I got hip checked by the ref, and it's pretty clear. If I were to do that to the ref and touch a ref, I get kicked out of the game, possibly suspended and fined. I just think that was incredibly inappropriate, and that's all I'll say about it."
Yeah,
that's true. Had it been the other way, and Marsh hit the ref, he would have got immediately ejected.
And ain't no possible suspension or fine. He would have gotten fined and probably suspended.
Absolutely. But yeah, okay. Anyways, so the ref, Tony Corrente is his name. This is the first. Maybe I don't pay attention, but this is the first time I've seen a ref respond after a game.
They do pull reports. You just don't hear about it because it's usually nothing like this to where anybody cares.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely care about this one. Okay. After that, Tony Corrente, the ref, was asked about, what had happened in the taunting call, etc. And he said, first of all, I'm sorry. The first of all sent me. I'm just saying. It sent me. I said, oh, he black. He said, he's not white. He's not black. He's white. But he giving real black right now. Both of them are. Homeboy was giving, what's the name? Dude name from Game of Thrones?
I didn't watch all of Game of Thrones.
Bro, the Snow fella. Look, somebody probably listening right now and be like, okay. These are two white men people who are giving very different from what they are. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, Corrente said, first of all, keep in mind that taunting is a point of emphasis this year. And with that said, I saw the player, after he made a big play, run toward the bench area of the Pittsburgh Steelers and posture in such a way that I felt he was taunting them. Don't that sound real black? Don't that sound like a black man said that? So I'm like, okay. That right there is... We'll get to the taunting call. So then somebody asked him about his contact with the player. He said that had nothing to do with it. It was the taunting aspect. Then why'd you wait until you hip checked him to throw the flag?
Now, I'm not
I
defending.
did see him reaching for the flag.
He was already.
But still,
he was already reaching for the
you
flag.
done stared.
before
This
the hip
man
check.
done went to the. This man done stared at the bench.
Yeah.
Done turned around. Done ran to you.
Right. So like at
You
that
hip
point,
check him, then you throw your flag.
at that point, true or not, it would have looked. It would have looked a lot more understandable if the flag was already 20 feet in the air and on its way down before the hip check happens. Because at that point, the player sees the flag and is not wondering what's going on when his coach is giving him an earful when he gets back on the sideline. He knows why he got flagged before he's, on the sideline already.
Yeah. Now, for the taunting call, it was... I mean, I could see why you would call taunting.
Yeah. So, I can... Jeff said... I was watching ESPN today, and Jeff Saturday kind of made a good point. I don't 100% agree with it, but he made a good point. He said the guy celebrated 3 times, and he kind of did. He made the set.
He did. Uh-huh.
He made the set. He gets up, does a roundhouse. That's one. Then he celebrates with the boys. Okay, that's fine. Because, you're going to do you score a touchdown, you get a big play. You're going to do whatever you got, and then, the player's going to come dap you up. All right, let's go. He kind of did stand there for a little while. But
he did.
He stood there for a little while. But he ain't make no gestures. He ain't give him the 6 shooters. He ain't give him the double birds. He ain't do the choke, nothing. He just looked, and then he walked away. He walked away. And it's one of those things where if it has no impact on the game, why are we making it a big deal?
Exactly.
And that's my whole thing with the taunting call. And of course, after the game, Mike Tomlin said he completely agreed with the call. Well, of course he agreed with it for 2 reasons. One,
of course,
it helped. It gave his team the ball. It gave his team a fresh set of downs to which he used to go kick a field goal. And 2, he's on the competition committee that put this point of emphasis into effect. So even if all 53 of his players are saying, I don't like this, he's still going to say it is what it is. And I'll even take it a step further. It's a rule. It's a point of emphasis. You got to be smart. However, if it's a stupid rule, it's a stupid rule. I am under the impression of... My thought is, look, these guys are out here. They've worked their whole lives to be here. Cassius Marsh was on the practice squad a few weeks ago.
Cassius Marsh got cut by the Steelers in August. That's why he was standing at the bench.
He has made it to the big leagues. He is in a crucial moment. This is 3.5 minutes to go.
Adrenaline is pumping.
This is a 3rd and whatever. And
3rd and 8.
Right. I just made a sack to get my team the ball back to hopefully seal a football game. Absolutely, I'm going to be happy about that. Absolutely. And so for you to say, okay, look, I get it. You got all that emotion, but I'm going to need you to bottle it up. It ventures into that real territory that's almost close to, it's not the same, obviously, by any means, but it's venturing into that territory of when the NFL said they were going to start flagging players for using the N-word on the field. And you're telling black people that they can't use the N-word. It's venturing into that territory because this is something that they've grown up doing. This is something that means a lot to them. It's not, obviously, again, not the same, but it's really tough to tell somebody who's done this for their whole life, ever since they were a child, and let's keep in mind this is a child's game, that they can't show emotion, that they can't celebrate. It's not my fault that I sacked let me phrase it. It's not my fault that the O-line didn't block me. It's not my fault that Big Ben held the ball for us for too long. I got there, I made a play, I'm going to celebrate a little bit. And there's a clip I have. It's from Ryan Clark earlier today, and he made his point perfectly clear. Ashley, but before I play, I need you to go back to that to the first quote from Tony Carretti, if you have it up in front of you.
The first of all?
Yes. Read that, and there's a certain word I'm going to stop you at. Just keep reading.
First of all, keep in mind that taunting is a point of emphasis this year.
Okay.
And with that said, I saw the player, after he made a big play, run toward the bench area of the Pittsburgh Steelers in posture in such a way that I felt.
Okay, stop. He what?
Tony
You
Corrente
You
felt.
felt. See, I'm gonna let Ryan Clark say what he had to say, and then I'm gonna give my 2 cents based off of that. Just listen.
I think you can't make this call subjective. If there's going to be certain rules or certain things that are officiated in this, they need to be definitive. I need to know that I can't stare at people. I need to know that I can't flex my muscles. I need to know that what I've worked my entire life to do, the thing that I've stayed up from 5 in the morning till midnight every single night, the thing that I've gotten therapy and needles stuck from my neck to my ankles, the reason I've been in cold tubs and hot tubs every single morning, and the reason I've ran through film 80 million times was so I can make that one play. And you mean to tell me on that one play, I got to calm all that down that went into this because somebody who can't do what I do, who ain't never done what I done, and don't know what this feeling is like, gets offended by it? Man, I wish I freaking would. It's a good word.
Okay, I felt that.
Ryan Clark, ladies and gentlemen. Hey,
I felt that.
Hey,
That's true. That's true. These people are risking their lives out there every week.
And even like, and I obviously didn't make it past high school, but like,
if I didn't make it to high school, the bitch don't count, Murphy.
Anyway,
if you did not see the field, it don't count.
Okay, but let's be clear. Let's be clear here, Ashley. For real. If I'm in garbage time and I make a play, you are out of your mind if you think I'm not celebrating with my team. Coach McGuire, I'm sorry if I cost us 15 yards, but I'm finna celebrate because I have never been here before as far as on this stage, and I don't know if I'm ever get here again. So I'm gonna enjoy this while I can. And it's really tough to tell people that they can't do that. And he made a good point. Tell me what the letter of the law is. And I think that's a big deal because it's even back to the preseason. I forget who it was because he's probably not on the field anymore, but it was a player for the Colts. He took a handoff. He was a running back. He took the handoff and got stopped like 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and carried, got pushed, fought his way to a first down. It was like 11 yards, right? And he gets up, throws the ball down, just, flexes muscle a little bit. Everybody's like, good play. Flag comes out. And it's like, yo, what's the flag for? Like, I didn't even do nothing. I didn't even look down at the man. I was looking straight ahead, and that's a flag. Or CeeDee Lamb scores a touchdown against Jalen Mills. Now, granted, it wouldn't have cost him anything because the game was over once the ball crossed the goal line. But there's no flag or anything. He gets fined for that. And then literally 2 weeks later, Josh Allen. He waved at Jalen Mills, whatever. And then 2 weeks later, Josh Allen, the quarterback, not the linebacker, because now there's confusion.
Not the linebacker that sacked and intercepted and picked up a fumble
recover
from Josh Allen.
So the quarterback, Josh Allen, he's John with somebody. He starts waving at him, and there's nothing, not even a fine. But I'm gonna get on the NFL at a different time for that one. But there's no flag there. So clearly, if there's something for it to be a fine for one player, then I would think it should at least be a flag for another player to do it. Or it's like it's so the fact that it's not cut and dry. It's not black and white. It's not. This is taunting. Look, I know that if I'm an offensive lineman and I'm blocking for my quarterback or my running back, my hands have to be inside. If I get my hands outside, if I have somebody in a chokehold, that's going to be a flag for holding. If I'm a defensive back or a receiver and we're jostling for the ball and we're looking up, okay, I know I'm good here. I know if I have my hand in somebody's back and I push off, that's going to be pass interference. It's plain and clear. But there's no it's like, hey, let's emphasize it, but not be 100% clear on what it is. And that's part of the problem.
Yeah. My thing is, taunting wasn't an issue before the taunting rule.
Right.
It'd be different if it was this just massive issue to where the issue was some people just didn't want to see it. That's what the issue was. It'd be different if it was an issue where it was causing mad brawls and whatnot in this year's league. Like, it's not. There is nothing wrong with it. The NFL is going back to their old acronym, the No Fun League, okay?
Right.
Going right back to it. Sir, these people can't have fun. They risking their lives out here for y'all every single week. Literally risking their lives. You could get a bad hit and be paralyzed from the neck down. risking their life. If they want to have some fun, let them have fun. The adrenaline is pumping.
Right.
Okay, if you make a big play, especially on the defensive end, especially against a team that cut you in August,
Right.
if you want to make a big play and look at the bench, you should be able to look at the bench.
And I'll be fair. I'll be 100% fair because Ashley, you did say it, and I said it a while ago. This was a solution to a non-existent problem, right?
Exactly.
But I'll give you because even back in the day, like you couldn't like spin the ball at somebody's feet. I'll give you that. I can't come up and like I can't get a sack and hip thrust while you're getting up. That's
Right.
fair. That is demonstrative. That is in somebody's face. That is clearly meant to embarrass somebody. That is something that if we were not wearing helmets and somebody wanted to punch you in the face for it, it would not be condoned, but it would be understood. But again, some of this stuff, it's all part of the game. If you look, it's real simple. If you don't want me to celebrate, don't give me a reason to. If you don't want me to,
True.
if you don't want me to row the boat with all of my teammates in the end zone, keep me out of the end zone. As a matter of fact, I don't remember the name of the player who said it, and I really wish I did. I believe his last name was Bailey, and I'll look it up in the break so I can get it right. But he played for Miami, right? And you saw the documentary, The U, right?
I did not watch the documentary, no.
You did not? Okay. Well, there was a clip in there where they were pissed off. They were mad because they had lost the game. They weren't going to the national championship. They were playing Texas in the Cotton Bowl. And if you see in the Cotton Bowl, there's only one tunnel, and it's at the end of one end zone, and everything else is closed off. Well, Miami just so happened to be going towards that end zone. And what does this player do? He catches a touchdown. He told his guys before, if I score a touchdown, I'm running up the tunnel. What? If I score a touchdown, I'm running up the tunnel. And that's exactly what he did. He scored a touchdown, ran up the tunnel, came back and gave the 6 shooters. And you know what he said in the interview? Like the documentary, he said, it's not my fault that they couldn't cover. It's not my fault they couldn't keep me at the end zone. And it's not my fault that entrance was open. If you didn't want me to score, if you didn't want me to run up the tunnel and come back with the 6 shooters, you should have done everything you could to prevent me from scoring the touchdown. It's really that simple, right? I understand there's some culpability on the person who commits the act, but you shouldn't be. I know. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing, but you can telling people not to have emotion. It's the same thing the NBA tried to do when they said like players couldn't so oh my god, like the ref made a call they didn't agree with, and you'd be like, oh my god, what? And then that's a take. It's the same thing.